Welcome everybody here to Charlotte, as it is the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Detroit Pistons, and we're going to be about ready to go. Charlotte and Detroit will win the toss. As we're underway, here's Isaiah now. The Dennis Rodman, you know he's not going to be a shooter. Here's Lambeer, who can hit a three. Isaiah will pull and miss. And Newman the other way. Big underdogs. I mean, the Hornets were cool. There's Moxie, and a miss there by Moxie Bogues. Lambeer the rebound. Now they had a good early whatever. There's Isaiah, and it's going to be the first two of the day. 2-0 Detroit lead. And this is going to be the first opportunity. People think that Detroit will come in here and win by 20. They are a good team. Here's Alonso, he's young, from Georgetown, and the foul. And that'll be on Bill Lambeer.
First personal foul, first team foul.
So Alonso Mourning will miss one. Mourning again will make the second. It's going to be 2-1. A lot of people think scores in the 90s, like Philadelphia and Milwaukee. That game, Philadelphia led huge. Milwaukee came all the way back. Isaiah will move it up, and it goes in. It's 4-1 Detroit. Early on, here's Moxie. Moxie over to Del Curry. And he was inside the three. Remember, it's the outside line. The inside one is college. The outside one is the pros. And it is a 4-3 game. That's going to be intercepted by Larry Johnson. First time he touched the ball. Moxie over. This is going to be Del Curry. Curry to Newman. Here's Moxie. Moxie trying to go. College three. And a miss. Rebound by Larry. And he can't hit. Here's Joe Dumars the other way. Dumars, Mark Aguirre from DePaul, and hit it, and here's Alonso, all the way to Larry. Larry will move over to Newman. Newman to Moxie. Moxie over to Mourning. Mourning, looking, Alonso, what a move, and Alonso puts it in. It's a 5-4 game. The Hornets have a 5-4 lead. Isaiah Thomas. Thomas to Aguirre, and he puts it through. So now they're getting a little bit hot here. It's a 6-5 game early. Oh, I mean, this is big. I think we have a doubleheader today. We have this game, then we'll have one more. Going to Alonso, he backs down Lambeer, already has a foul, and Lambeer plays good defense. Here's Isaiah the other way. Isaiah right to Dumars, who puts it in. And it's 8-5 Detroit. They want to move on to the next round. Over to Newman. Newman to Curry. And here's Newman over to Moxie. Moxie Bogues. Over, there's Newman, a long two, and it's going to be a slam dunk. That's going to make it now 8-7, Alonso Mourning. It's going to be very weird that sort of thing happens, because Detroit, I can see that happening against the Golden State Warriors, but not Detroit. Dumars up no good, and they're owning the inside. I think that's the difference. They are owning the inside. Moxie Bogues. Bogues over to Mourning, and a slam dunk. 9-8. The Hornets have a big lead now. And when I mean big, not by numbers, but just very significant that they're hanging in early. It's the way they're doing it, too. Isaiah will pull and miss. Larry Johnson the rebound. Larry Johnson from UNLV. Newman over to Curry. Here's Dell. He has a kid named Stephen who's sitting on the bench. I wonder if he'll make anything out of himself. There's Mourning, and oh no, it's going to be a goaltend. So I thought it was a foul. The basket will count, and it'll be a goaltend. It was on. And the Pistons will bring it in 11-8. It is a physical game. Not that many fouls called so far. Oh, underneath it is. And that's going to be Joe Dumars. Well, that's actually his first. I don't know if it counted it as a personal foul. That should be his first. It should be not a team foul. I think it did it differently. Alonzo against Lambier, who already has a foul, and that's going to be out of bounds. He stepped out. $11-8. Here's Isaiah. Isaiah Thomas. Over to Aguirre. Mark Aguirre, and that's going to be a block, and here's Larry. Over to Muggsy. Muggsy Bogues. Oh, and it's intercepted by Lambier. They go to Thomas. They can't get the fast break working. Dumars can't have it, and Newman the rebound. Now here come the Hornets. They're going to try and push it for pace. Alonzo Mourning will try and turn around. He's blocked. Oh my goodness. What a block that was. Wired Isaiah. Could have just pulled right there. They go outside to Rodman. Rodman's actually dangerous with the ball because now you have 4 shooters on the court. And Larry Johnson will take it the other way. Here's Curry. Muggsy, maybe 90 points is a little too much. Morning. Alonzo. They got to do something. He'll go to Del Curry. Del Curry with the 3, and it's now 14-8. The assist by Mourning, and it's 14-8 now. Detroit Pistons, that's going to be a timeout. They want to talk about this. It's the Hornets 14 and Detroit 8. 14-8 here. Detroit will throw it in. Here's Edwards. 14-8. Here's Johnson. Bogdanovich. Vinny the Microwave Johnson. Over to Isaiah. Rick Mahorn gets blocked. That's a 3, and Isaiah hits the 3. Known for being a three-point shooter. Now it's 14-11. Muggsy. Del Curry over to Bogues. Muggsy Bogues, that's going to be a 3 and a miss. Alonzo Mourning, it'll be up and good, 16-11. Alonzo Mourning, 11 points, 10 in the paint. And the microwave down. Vinny. Over, that's going to be Isaiah, and Isaiah nails it, 16-13.
Vinny Johnson.
Vinny the Microwave Johnson. He's one of the more unusual nicknames, but very much a cornerstone of this team. Curry over to Newman. Newman over to Muggsy. Muggsy will look. They're going to go over to Del. That's going to be Del Curry, and he misses. Thomas the other way. Isaiah over to Rick Mahorn. Vinny. Tried to go over to Edwards. Here's Vinny. Trying to pull, doesn't do it. That's going to be a 3. Isaiah no good. Rebound Edwards. He's going to be blocked. Here we go the other way. Muggsy. Muggsy will take a look. That's going to be Del Curry. Rims in and out. Edwards again. Here's Johnson. Up and good. It's going to be 16-15. 7 of 17 for the Pistons. 7 of 16 for the Hornets. Under 50%. Low scoring first quarter. It's 16-15. That's going to be Del Curry for 2, and it goes in. Hornets are scoring at an early pace, under 2 minutes here in the first. Isaiah. Johnson, no. And Curry the other way. There they go. They push it down to Muggsy. Muggsy Bogues. Over to Curry. Bogues. Bogues, no. And Edwards the other way. Here's Johnson. Benny. Rick Mahorn. Oh, look at Mahorn, and he puts it in. What a layup for Rick Mahorn. We're going to be under a minute. 18-17, not that many fouls. A timeout for the Hornets. They want to get some people in for the last minute. 18-17. In the first round, it's going to be 18-17 as they're going to throw it in to Gaddison. This is going to be Gaddison now. Over to Gill. Kendall Gill. That's going to be intercepted by Dumars. And Joey all the way down. It's the microwave. No. Rebound. Dumars got it, and he puts it in, and Detroit with the lead. That was big, 30 seconds to go. It's 19-18, Kendall Gill, no. And here's Detroit. Vinny, oh, what a move. To Rick Mahorn, and Rick Mahorn a 21-18 lead. Here's Matt Kaminsky. To Kendall Gill, he's got under 5 seconds. Wingate to Gaddison, and that's it. At the end of the first quarter, it's Detroit 21, the Hornets 18. We knew that this would be a crazy defensive game, and it really is a ball movement game when you look at it. I've seen defensive games in the hundreds because of steals and turnovers. They go outside, Gill. Gill got it. Here's Johnson. Vinny. Oh, and that's going to be a foul. Kaminsky. Well, they went a long time and nobody had any fouls. And Vinny now will make it 2. Vinny will make it 2 still. So they went a long stretch of that first quarter, and there were no fouls. Here's Livers. Over to Bennett, to Livers, over to Kendall Gill. Gill, moving, no. And here's Rick Mahorn the other way, Dumars over to Bogdanovich. And Joe, and it's an and one. Kendall Gill. What they wanted. 24-20, and now it's 25-20. Bennett over to Gill. Gill takes it away. Mahorn over to Johnson. Oh, to Dumars, and he lays it in. It's 27-20. They're breaking away now. They're starting to do what people thought they might do in the first quarter. Gaddison over to Green. They go to Bennett. Gaddison. Here's Kendall Gill. Kendall Gill to Kaminsky. They just can't get an open shot. Gill for 3. No. And it's starting to go Detroit's way. Bogdanovich. No. Rebound Dumars. Yes. 29-20. 8-0 Detroit run. Gill. And there's Edwards over to Johnson the other way. Mars. Edwards, Horn. Mars. And misses. Addison, the lay-in is good, and it's 29-22. Almost 50% for the Detroit Pistons and down for the Hornets. But that was a big basket. We'll be back. (29-22). Usually the Pistons who might be. There's Isaiah trying to go. There's Vinny. Vinny over to Dumars. They go to Thomas. Pulls and hits. 31-22 now. Detroit leads. The Hornets. Gill. Over to Curry. Curry to Johnson. Larry. Over to Kendall Gill. Kendall. Up and no. Dumars the other way. Joe. They want to go to Isaiah. He'll put it up and in. It's 33-22. Detroit leads 33-22. There's Curry. And they're going to cut it back to single digits. This is about what people thought this game would happen. Detroit might get 100. They might. We already have 12 in this quarter. They can make up a little bit of the deficit. That's the finger roll by Isaiah Thomas. He has 15. 6 from mid-range. Detroit really having a good quarter. And they're starting to clamp down on the Hornets. Newman. Newman to Curry. Hits it. And that's going to be Curry 35-27. 7 minutes. Isaiah over to Johnson. Gill. Kendall. Curry over to Johnson. Kendall nailed it. It's now going to be 35-29, 6:20 to go. DeMars. Joe. Is that a three? I don't know whether it is or not, but Edwards gets the offensive board. That's a huge offensive board for Edwards. Al Edwards was the Buffalo Bills. With Blue Edwards right there. I don't know. I got to see who that is. But anyway, it's 37-29. A timeout. We'll be back. (37-29) here as the Pistons. A lot of basketball in the next few days. Curry Johnson's going to be out to Curry. Newman. Muggsy. He'll pull and miss. So right now it's Detroit. A little bit better. There's Isaiah and a foul. Muggsy. Muggsy's first name is Tyrone Bowes. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 43, and that loss. Remember, it's one and done in this. I think when I go, that's going to be 39-29. Muggsy. Curry. That's Dell, and he can't do it. He's trying to get some threes. Dumar's got it, and they're starting to pull away. If you're the Hornets, you need some solid close shots. I would shut down the threes. There's Del Curry, and he misses. He had to hit that one. Here comes Dumars, and they got to cut down on this sort of stuff. Aguirre, Isaiah, no. Dennis back to Dumars. Here's Thomas. Pulls and misses. And here's Johnson the other way. Johnson to the near side. Newman for three. See, you can't do that. You got to make a dribble move and get past him. Aguirre from DePaul.
Assistant, Joe.
And it's 43-29. Oh, Muggsy, as he's going to bring it in. Muggsy on the outside. That's going to be hopping in. Kendall Gill with that shot, I believe. I was looking away. Now it's Curry. Del Curry, sorry. Oh, taken away. Larry Johnson has been absolutely silent today. UNLV star, absolutely nothing going on with him. There's Dell again, and he nails it. So 4 in a row, it's going to be 43-30, 3-14 down to 10. It's big, oh, in the middle, Dumars. And Del Curry can't lose his span like that. Newman, timeout, 45-33.
Substitution for Detroit. Number 15, Vinny Johnson.
Oh, look at this. That is Larry Johnson. That is his first two. I don't know what that was. I'm looking at the replay, and it looks like it was, the Lambeer went the wrong way. Isaiah, no. And Newman again. It's 10. They want to make it 8. Muggsy. They're going to get it to Curry. Yeah, they are, but now he's covered. Newman, Curry, Johnson. They go to Muggsy. Muggsy's got to fire it. There's Newman for three. No good, and Lambier's doing a great job today on the rebound. Vinny. Microwave.
2 minutes remaining.
And a fire over to Isaiah. Isaiah, no. They can't hit it right now. If you're the Hornets, you got to be able to put some in. Larry. Double. Larry, no. And here's Aguirre under. It's going to be about a minute and a half. Isaiah can't have that. Hornets got to put it in. That's going to be Larry Johnson, 45-37. They score to make it within 8. Johnson. Larry, this Isaiah, and no. Aguirre, here we go. Intercepted again. They've been stuck on 45. That's Del Curry. See, they can't score. The Hornets can't score. Detroit is in a shooting funk. They haven't scored in about 2 minutes. And Detroit will probably take the last shot of this period. Isaiah over to Lambeer. The set, he hits. And Lambeer, that was the first time in a while. Well, I'll tell you what, Detroit, first time in a while they scored, but they still lead by 10.
Drum roll. Give it up for the participants.
Well, that was a $10,000 half-court shot. And he missed it. But anyway, it's going to be halftime. You take a look. The shooting percentages are down. Very defensive game. But you take a look at all of the brackets here. But first, that's Del Curry. And that's Isaiah. Just, shots are not falling. There you see it. I don't know. I think Chicago might play Portland. We'll have that game. Boston and Seattle, that'll be a big one. San Antonio, New York. And the Lakers in Sacramento. I mean, I wanted to get this over with by the time I moved back to the States. But probably not. But these games are good anyway. 49-41 in percentage. Rebounds, the Pistons are leading assists. Steals, it is Joe Dumars, 15, 4, and 4. Lonzo Mourning, 11, 3, and 2. Now we are going to go the second half, 47-37. The underdogs, they said 20-point underdogs. Well, remember at the very beginning, there's Isaiah. He can finish, he can shoot, he can do a lot of things. So he's doing pretty good today. They're going to put it in. It's 47-37. We begin the third quarter. Curry, Dell, and no. And Dennis Rodman will give it to Isaiah. Well, Detroit wants to get 100 quickly, and he gets blocked. Rodman knows he's not a shooter, and he probably about traveled there. Switches pivot foot about 4 times. Muggsy. Del Curry. No. Lambier gets all those rebounds. Isaiah hits. 49-37 on Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah, that's big. Here's Alonzo against Lambier, and he's fouled. Lambier is second. So now, I mean, there really was no fouling, barely any fouling in the first quarter, in the first half, really. 49-38 and 49-39. Joe Dumars. And that's going to be 51-39. Dumars with 15. Lopes to Alonzo Mourning. Curry to Bogues. There's Dell, and he hits the three. Now, I don't know, this is a trade-off. Maybe
Defensive foul. Muggsy Bogues. Second personal foul. First team foul.
So it's 50. Before I went off, a little spurious on that. Whatever. Johnson over to Del Curry. Curry into Alonso, and he misses. He's got to make them. I mean, they really have to make them. Here's Joey. Joey over to Isaiah, and he makes it. It's going to be 55-42. Here's Bogues to Alonso. Newman. There's Dell, and Dell hits it. 55-44 with 8.5 to go. I mean, here in the third, this is big. Dumars, it's an 11-point game. Long two, in and out. Horning the other way. They go down to Newman. And the Bogues. Oh, he should pull. He does, and hits. Now 55-46. It's a 9-point game. Dumars. Joey. Long two, and he hits. 57-46. 19 points for Joe. Here in the third. Muggsy. Muggsy into Alonso, and he misses. And Beer the other way. Here's Isaiah over to Dumars. Dumars, long two, and he hits. That's a 2. Extends the lead to 13. You get this feeling that just Detroit is in control of this game. You get this feeling that it's getting to a point where the Hornets don't have the weapons. That's Alonso, and he misses. Aguirre wins the baseline and gets an and one, and they're starting to pull away. Mark Aguirre. Mark Aguirre from DePaul. Got it. 62-46. Folks. Curry, that's going to be Dell. And a miss. Here's Mark Aguirre now. Really haven't seen too much of Rodman. Rodman is in the game. He had a few rebounds early, but that was about it. 34-23 in rebounds. They're owning it, and that's going to be Dumars. No. Tip back, and it'll be the Hornets. 16-point lead for Detroit. Del Harris in the Hornets. For Detroit, it's Chuck Daly. Curry. And that's going to be Aguirre the steal. Mark Aguirre to Dumars. Dumars hits. 64-46. 6 minutes to go. Muggsy. See Bogues. Alonso got it, and it's going to be 64-48. Isaiah, that's Lambeer, the set shot. They're just getting open when they need to get open, and I mean the Hornets were a popular choice to be in this league, but right now they're just starting to see why they were underdogs by 20. We said that early on. Newman can't have it, and Rodman the rebound. Thomas. Isaiah. Over to Aguirre. Aguirre got it. In and a slam. That is Alonso Mourning. Oh, they love it. But I mean, it's just a little too late. The Hornets fans are just seeing that they don't have the 10-0 spurt in them. Detroit's going to slow this game down. Isaiah, oh, look at that. Breaks Muggsy Bogues, and it's 70-50. Bogues, and there's the slam. 15-6 run. It's a 9-point edge in the last 7.5 minutes. McGuire, no. 15 to be 55-46. Remember when it was 55-46? Now it's 70-52. Warning over to Larry. Larry out to Muggsy. Got to get that in. 3 from Dell, and no. Get that rebound. Rodman will get his. Oh, look at Isaiah to Dumars. Perfect. On the weak side, Dumars has 25 with 10 just here in the third. So here's Muggsy now. Subs coming in, Dell. Bogues. Oh, they're going to call 3. Oh, a defensive 3-second violation. Now they're going to get one in the ball. Dell Curry will hit. 72-53. They just want to get a single point, get their subs in. Gill. Kendall. No. Rick Mahorn the rebound. Bogdanovich. No. Rebound. Dumars, yes. Offensive boards, rebounding, and everything. Goodbye. That is Detroit, who is just absolutely blowing away the Hornets. Curry. Dell. And no. That's the thing. They just don't have the firepower to do it. Bogdanovich. No. Netsky over to Muggsy. Curry. 3. No. And Mahorn will have it over to the microwave. Microwave hits it. It's going to be 76-53. A minute 23 to go. The clock is ticking. Curry. 3. Dell got it. I mean, they're doing that, but that's not going to be the comebacks. They got to play good defense and stop them, and then what they got to do is get and one, which they're not doing. Dumars, no, rebound, and the offensive boards are killing the Hornets with under a minute to go. In the slam dunk. So Matt Kaminsky, but it's 20 though. It is 20. Look to Dumars, off glass, no. Oaks the other way. Muggsy, Kenny Gaddis and Kaminsky. Muggsy pulls and misses. If I'm Detroit, I'm just holding. Horn over to Dumars. They're going to hold. Got it with a second to go, 80-58, and that's it. We go to the 4. It's 80-58. I'll tell you what. This game is over. Fourth quarter, we're about ready to go as we can see Bogdanovich over to Joe Dumars. 80 to 58, they're blown away. The Hornets by 22. They'll bring it in. They start the clock. Benny. Should have just gone. Joey, no. And they're going to push the other way to Kendall. To Brown. Brown to Larry. Larry. Addison over to Brown. Brown, no. Can't do that. I think Brown's a drone. But still, there's two. Vinny the Microwave Johnson, 82 to 58. The game is over. Larry Johnson has been very much. Here's Kendall Gill now. Larry Johnson very much the silent one in this game. Vinny Bogdanovich again. And this score is going up. It's already 26. Brown to Gaddison. Gill. And that's going to be a foul. Dumars. So Kendall will miss one. My goodness. Nothing really going their way. The Hornets, this straddles in. 84 to 59. If you're Detroit, you just want to get out of here. You do. Microwave. The microwave over, and that's going to be Kaminsky. The steal. Kendall Gill. Brown over to Johnson. Larry. Oh, what a move. Well, they should have done that earlier. I mean, when you're down by 23, wondering why they didn't use Larry Johnson more of a part of an offense. Let him try and be shut down. Dumars, and it'll be on Kendall. So Dumars to shoot too. No. Dumars got it. 85-61. Only 2 free throws for the Hornets. It's been not a very foul-driven game. Alonso, no. That favors the Pistons, as you can see here. Isaiah. Dumars, no. Addison over to Brown. And Gaddison, oh my, and that's his steal. Joey Dumars. Dumars and a foul. 85-61. So Dumars, 86. Now the whole thing is, will they get 100? I would see that'll roll in 87-61. They're going to try and get 100. I think they can do it. David Wingate. I think he's from Georgetown. There's Kendall Gill in and out. Works over to Thomas. Dumars, 89-61. They're definitely going to shoot a little bit more. Gill over to Alonso. Alonso, yes. Isaiah. Vinny scored. Damian Edwards, good to see you, Damian. Very good to see you. Hello, good. Glad that you are in. Right now, I'm broadcasting from Cambodia, but I'm only going to be here for 5 more days, and I'm back to the States. I'm currently looking for an international job. Dumars. Damian Edwards, good to see you. Here's Wingate. Over to Alonso. Gill. Damian Edwards, I remember he played the NBA. I think it was Damian Edwards. Or maybe I'm thinking of Damon Edwards. Vinny, a microwave, and it's going to be a violation. There it is.
Substitution on the court.
91-63, and this game, believe it or not, this is over. It's not. I mean, Edwards, they're going to throw it in.
No threes for Johnson.
Somebody said no threes for Johnson, but you know what? They don't need threes. There's the microwave. Williams scores. 93-63. Muggsy Bogues. Bogues over to Curry. There's Alonso, and a miss. Rebound Edwards. They go the other way to Bogdanovich. Vinny. No. Johnson again. Over to Bogues. Curry. Muggsy. 3. Can't have it. Johnson, Larry, no. And under 6 minutes. It's a 30-point game. And they're going to have all the backups in. There's John Sally. Surprised I haven't seen more John Sally out there. I know it's 88-89, but still. Sally's a good player still at this time. Alonso just backs down Edwards, and they're going to make a little bit of a comeback. I mean, they will. It'll be 93-65. They might cut it down to 20 or 18. And that'll be pretty much it. The microwave goes against Del Curry. Johnson. Vinny, and oh my goodness. Klay Thompson in that game with the Warriors. He hit 13 three-pointers in the loss. So Miami, 119-116. Alonso, no. Edwards again the other way. Bogdanovich. Over to Johnson. Here's Vinny. What a move, and Vinny makes it 97-65. Here Detroit leads the Charlotte Hornets. Bogues over to Alonso. Alonso, and that's going to be a quick and one. And Alonso will nail it 97-68. Here's Johnson. Edwards. Williams. Go to Long to Johnson. Johnson, a long shot and a miss. Here's Mourning the other way to Curry. Curry to Bogues, in, and that's going to go the other way. Here's Johnson. Over, that's going to be Long. They lay it in, 99-68. So they're going to have to hold Detroit totally scoreless for Detroit not to get the 100th point. Well, it's Bahorn. 99-70, Benny. No. Johnson again to Bogues, to Newman. Newman got it. 99-72, 2.5. Benny over to Williams. I mean, it's going to be... If you're the Pistons, there's the 100th, and that's going to be Edwards. Puts it in. It's just... it's just the way it is. And Morning, they're not going to put anybody through a wall. It's going to look like an all-star game now with under 2 minutes to go. It will. See, it's down to 27, but it might get down instead of 30. It might get down to 20 or 18. Edwards, good.
Assist from
And they call James Edwards from Mahorn. Muggsy. Curry. Johnson. Bobes. Curry. No. There's Williams. Williams over to Edwards. And no. Johnson. Under a minute. Newman. Edwards over to Williams. 40 seconds to go. The Detroit Pistons, they win this, and they're going to play the winner of the Bulls and the Blazers. It'll be Johnson, microwave, pulls, and hits.
Vinny Johnson.
We might finish this. I might not do any double headers and just finish this when I get a new job into the new place. 105-74. You know the Pistons, when they get it, they're just going to run the clock down. Rick Mahorn.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And Morning.
Alonzo Mourning. Taking 2 shots.
And that'll be 105-75, a 30-point game, and they're just going to hold this and win by 30. Well, I mean, they played very well, and they did what they needed to do, and they blew away the Hornets. 105-75, they are celebrating, but then again, that's what they needed to do. 105-75, basically you just felt it. Joe Dumars, the player of the game. You just felt the fact that the Hornets couldn't come back. They couldn't do it. And Dumars. And very quickly, the team comparison. There it is, 55-39. 1 of 7 and 421 and threes. They're 421. The fouls, not that many. Biggest lead, 32. And the Hornets did have a 6-point lead early, but that was about it. When you take a look at the box score, and they're going to take a look at who is next. The Knicks and the Spurs. But when you look at this game, the box score, 21-18, 26-19, 33-21, and 25-17. They won all 4 quarters. Morning, very good. Larry Johnson had 14 rebounds, 3 steals. Didn't get much in the scoring. 6 points. He played 41 minutes. He did get a lot of rebounds, but that's a little bit moot. On the other side, the Pistons, Edwards had 13. Lambeer had 11. He only had 4 points. I remember the one was a set shot from outside. Rodman had 7 rebounds, 0 for 1. Fouls, not that much. And fouls, 3 fouls for Kendall Gill. It just didn't add up. So that's going to be it. The Spurs and the Knicks. The Knicks will be at the Spurs. That'll be the next game. Have a great day. We'll see you later.